So today we're going to share with you 2 ways to draw the golf ball, real simple ways, and what it's going to be is Andy showing his way and me showing my way. Now this is great obviously if you want to hit a draw, but it's also really good if you slice the golf ball and you just want to be a little bit straighter with your golf shots.
So how I do it is purely in my setup. I don't change how I swing the golf club. It is purely in how I stand and set up to the golf ball. The first thing I do is close the club face. So I'll close the face and then build my grip around that. So the face now is slightly closed. We'll talk about why that in a moment. But then all I do from here, let's say I'm aiming at the red flag on the driving range here. What I'll do is I'll walk in and point the club at that red flag, and then I'll align my body, so my feet, knees, hips and shoulders, all to the right. And what this does, it creates a club path that is going to be out to the right. And because the face is pointing somewhere close to the target, it creates a face that's close to that path. That is what's going to create the curve. And there's a little bit of experimentation on this to find out, well, what's the sweet spot to get this nice draw? What I recommend that you do, and I'll do this first now, is that almost try and over curve it to start with. Let's just create a lot of shape from right to left to know that that face is close to the path. And then it's easier to actually just dial it back from there and go, okay, let me play a smaller one, a medium one, and figure out really what that sweet spot is from there.
So you're going to play a hook right now,
I'm going to really get some shape on this. So face is going to be super closed. Body is going to be well to the right. Face now looks so close to where my body is. My golf swing now is just going to be as normal, but it's on the line of my body. So let's see what this does to the curve of the shot.
So this probably will miss left of the target, won't it?
Yeah, it should do, but I'm really trying to create a lot of curve on this shot. Okay, that ball starts right of target and now it's bending back away from that target there.
That would be it's a strong draw. Strong draw. And look at that club path. 9 degrees to the right because of how you've aimed. And the face was left, so you created the hook. Beautiful.
So now what we recommend is now dial it back. Okay, obviously I don't want to do that because it's missed left. I want to see the ball starting right and moving back towards the target and not really crossing too far over my target line. So if I walk in now and go, okay, let's have the face, a little closed. Let's have the body alignment to the right, but not quite as much. And let's produce, again, a similar swing to that, but let the setup create that shape.
And as you said, if you think about it, you want to draw to pitch right of target because it's going to bounce a little bit to the left, so you need to allow for what happens on the ground.
Exactly that. It was like 2 yards to the right of the flag. A little higher, 7.6 to the right in terms of the club path. And there's that nice draw. But I think it's so much easier when you go to an extreme to then dial it back, because so many golfers who maybe slice it and fade it, when we've had them on the lesson tee, we'll do that and they just don't do enough. Start with a load of curve and then dial it back to see if you can play a draw.
It's interesting, if you are someone who slices the golf ball, the first way he did may actually be a straight shot for you. It may even be a slightly a fade still. That's okay, because what it's doing is it's reducing the slice, which I love.
Okay, let's get into pairs, and this is a new thing for you because the way I do it just doesn't work for you because of how you work your hands. Let's explain that.
Well, the good news is it only took 20 years to figure that out as well. But ultimately, the reason why me aiming right with my body and the face left doesn't work is because my hands are really quite fast. So I get a lot of release through the golf ball. So whenever I do it, I end up hooking it a lot to the left. So basically what I'm looking at when I'm trying to play a draw is minimize the face a little bit more than I would do, and how I was doing it before, but I need to guarantee that I'm going to get the club path to the right without aiming to the right. So how am I going to do that? So the way that I've done it is by understanding how my ball position could fit into this equation. So if we think about it, we swing on an arc around our body. Now at that point, at any point in that arc, if we were to stop, the club path would be in a certain direction. So if I were to move the golf ball further back in the stance, so because I'm hitting the ball earlier in that arc now, the club path is going to be pointing out to the right. So that's perfect. So I can actually aim pretty square, put the golf ball further back. I even have the club face slightly open to my target line. Maybe it's a little bit close to my path, who knows? But ultimately from here, I can hit a golf ball now, and this ball will start right and bend left. Little bit thin on that one, probably because I was talking.
Good shape.
But that was a nice little draw. Little soft draw.
Club path at 2 degrees to the right.
Beautiful. So the club path is shifted because the ball position was good. We know my normal club path would be maybe a little bit to the left. So the other key ingredient I have to have with this though, and maybe I didn't get it so good on that one, is that I have to be smooth in my transition. So for those of you who don't know, the transition is the bit between the backswing and the downswing. So this area here, if I'm smooth in that transition, it's a lot easier for me to have that club coming down shallower, which gives me more chance of the path going to the right. If I turn hard from here and I'm aggressive from the top of the backswing, that kind of works for a fade for me, but it doesn't work very well for the draw.
It's really noticeable when Pierce does this. You'll watch him. It's almost just this slower transition, which gets those arms and that club more from the inside, which pretty much guarantees the path out to the right. There's a nice
slower
little,
the better, and that's just
draw.
so nice. I mean, it's not moving too much, but that's good for me. I don't want to see a golf ball when it's drawing moving a lot. And we can see there the club path, 4.5 to the right, pretty consistent. We've got the club face 2 degrees left of that. That's beautiful for playing a draw. It's a nice little formula.
Something that works for him doesn't necessarily work for me, and something that works for me doesn't work for him. Go and test that out on the driving range. That's the most important thing, and find what works for you. One will be easier, one will be harder, and that's fine. Test it out, and also let us know. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want more of us, make sure you check out meandmygolf.com or simply download the Me and My Golf app. See you again soon.